Oh. Hi, shalom everyone.
Hi, Rabbi.
Yes, shalom, good Erev Shabbos. It's it's definitely Shabbos already. Whoever is gonna make the vessels for Shabbos, Hashem Yazon, we should be able to be inspired for Shabbos and to send this awakening to all our soldiers in the south, the southern part of Israel, in the Gaza place, and to be able to direct our simcha of Shabbos Kodesh to them. I just heard and I saw somebody sent me a picture about in the picture there was a mosque in Gaza, and obviously decorated with the flag of Israel, and the speakers of the mosque, they played in the speakers the Lecha Dodi Likras Kala. I'm not sure which nigun was it. Maybe it was Lecha Dodi Likras Kala B'nei Shabbat Ahas Nekabla. Or maybe the Sephardic tradition, the Shlomo Karlibach, whatever. There's a Lecha Dodi Likras Kala. Anyway, whoever each one of us can have to think which nigun it was. But then they played this nigun in Erev Shabbos to let the hostages know that soldiers are in the area and that they're going to be saved hopefully soon. So, God willing, we'll start. We'll start God with the halacha. We're dealing now the fifth part of the halacha. The number 5, which is called threshing. It's called separating the shells from the fruits during Shabbos. All the schmutz, all the things which cannot be eaten, is separated from the food itself. And there's a few examples that we'll go briefly on this meleches dash, separating. It's mainly in vegetables and foods, and there's for example, this is why we cannot squeeze juice from fruits during Shabbos, because that actually separates the shell from the juice, and that is not permissible over Shabbos to do so. We're not squeezing any juices of fruits during Shabbos. One more thing: if one is actually eating a grapefruit, and there's a nice dessert to cut a grapefruit to the other half and to slice it around it, and then with a spoon we eat the grapefruit itself. But when you push the spoon to the vegetable to the grapefruit, some squeezing juice is coming out of it. So this is because it's a tradition we're able to do because what we want to have is the fruit and not the juice. So the juice is a side effect, and therefore it's not considered as something that I should pay attention to. Also, the permissible way to squeeze a fruit or a lemon into some place is only onto the food itself and not onto an empty vessel. Because if you squeeze lemon to an empty vessel, boom, you got it wrong. You're not supposed to squeeze because you're creating juice out of a fruit, separating the juice from the fruit, no good. But if you squeeze the lemon on the fish, then it's food. the juice becomes food, and it's not becoming juice. So you can squeeze lemon on salad, on fish, but never to the cup. Squeezing clothing. We're not supposed to squeeze clothing, neither a cloth on the table, on the kitchen. There's a wet cloth. We're squeezing, therefore we should never use that wet cloth that we use in the weekdays to absorb water from the marble, from the sink. We just leave it as it is, maybe with a squeegee, but not with that cloth. Same thing with the how do those wet wipes used for the cleanup for babies. These are also, if they are very very wet, and when you touch it, when you squeeze it, water would, or fragranced water would come out of it. This is not permissible to use over Shabbos, because it's squeezing and taking the humidity out of that cloth. So we're not doing it. There are paper rubs that we should definitely can use during Shabbos. The squeezing is through material of a cloth, but not of a paper. So that's the one we should try to buy before Shabbat to use in the toilet, or to wipe the babies or anything else. They're not dry so much, and there are paper, so that's easier. Also, when we wash the dishes during Shabbos, we should not use the sponge that's squeezing it will take water out of it, because that's squeezing liquid out of something. Squeezing liquids out of something is not something we're supposed to do on Shabbat. So we should use either plastic bag, simple plastic sandwich bags, or a plastic bag from the shopping, and that's we'll put soap on it, and we do the dishes during Shabbos with that plastic bag, or Ralph's, or any other one that we could do. Hair. Thank God for payas, right? Oidil Hashem Kitov. And thank God for hair. Yes, thank you Hashem for giving me hair. Thank God. So anyway, squeezing the hair over Shabbos is a problem. So we should dump it in a different way that we do it from in the weekdays. So, or let it dry by itself. Milking, and we're just about to finish. Milking on Shabbos is not allowed, because we are separating the milk from the cow. Again, separation is a concept which is not allowed during Shabbat. Beautiful. Thank you. We did the fifth threshing, the fifth activity, which is not supposed to do during Shabbos. Regarding preparations for Shabbos. In the weekdays, we are very, very bothered. We're dealing with mundane work, money, debts, obligations, car, computers, phones. Enough already. So Hashem gave us a Shabbos day, right? A day of relaxation. None of these. If you owe somebody money, you have to know that during Shabbos this debt is canceled, right? It comes back on Motzei Shabbos, but during Shabbos, you should think you don't owe anybody anything. And that's a concept, the mind concept we have to get into during Shabbos, to feel that everything was accomplished already. Everything we do, everything we're supposed to do was done. Complete shleimus, completion. Nothing is needed to be done. It's like I have the money is overflowing my account. The business transactions are settled and signed. That's it. I was successful in any lawsuit. I'm successful, and I don't owe anybody nothing. That's Shabbos. So try to bring Shabbos upon ourselves. It's a hard work in the beginning, but then if you start getting into it, you see that Shabbos will help you lift your head and give you that strength you need so much to deal with those things which are still missing with the Shabbos, but you'll get the koyach to deal with it. So going to the mikveh for men, Erev Shabbos, for men, I repeat, is very extremely important and good. The sages are writing that before dipping in the mikveh Erev Shabbos, the neshama yetera would not come in. Obviously, we have to define that the neshama yetera, the extra portion of neshama, comes anyways, but on a different level. But if you go to the mikveh of Shabbos, for sure, I'm not saying Shabbos morning. I personally, all Hasidim would go to the mikveh Shabbos morning as well. And the Ari HaKadosh writes that the neshama, the extra person of neshama of Shabbos morning would come after immersing yourselves, immersing yourselves in the mikveh. So that's one thing. Another thing is the halacha requires to wash our face, hands, and feet with hot water before Shabbat. Obviously, during Shabbat, we're not supposed to take hot showers. Remember, cold shower is Sfardim would allow, Ashkenazim would not. Only Ashkenazim would allow just one part of the body itself, and then another part of the body itself, and then the head, and maybe then the neck, just one part every time. The shower can still go on, but we're not supposed to get in with our entire body. That's Ashkenazim, entire body under the shower, just or part by part. Sfardim are able to take shower, but again, only cold water, no hot water on Shabbos. So, but the one who is so lucky to wash himself with hot water, Erev Shabbos, your Friday afternoon, is our face, feet, and hands, and feet. Yeah, this is according to the Kabbalah. We are accepting. We are pushing away the klipot. We're pushing away the evil inclination that wants to have grasp. Erev Shabbos, please forgive me. During Erev Shabbos, there is elevation to the holiness, to the kedusha. But during this elevation, there are some evil powers that want to join us by and being elevated. And we don't want that. We want those klippas, those negativities, those evil forces to stay behind on Friday and not to come into Shabbos. So how do we keep them away from us as Shabbos comes in? By hot water on our face, on our hands, and on our feet. And the hotter, the better. I had a good friend of mine, his name was Tzvi Kosman, Zichrono Livracha. He was kind of my teacher when I joined the Breslev Yeshiva. I was 26, and he was maybe 46. We became very close friends. And I was not feeling so uplifting during Shabbos. So I asked him, Tzvi, I'm not feeling so great this Shabbos. What's the, what do you think? What do you say? By the way, it's very good to have a mentor. In Chabad, it's very, very common to have a mashpia. This is beautiful. You talk to him or to her, and you exchange knowledge, you exchange koyach. That mashpia simply is like maybe on a higher level. He knows more, and I think they change also their mashpim every now and again. But it's good to have a mentor, somebody to talk to on the level of Judaism, of halacha, of perspective. It's good to learn from scholars, that's for sure. So I asked him, why am I not feeling so great? So he asked me, did you wash your face, hands, and feet in hot water on Friday, Erev Shabbos? I said, yes, I did. So he says, were you doing it really hot? So I said, no, not so much, like warm, like extra warm. So he says to me, oh, that's the thing. You should wash it. You should wash your face and hands and feet with the hottest, the warmest, the hottest water you can. The highest temperature of water is better because it kind of pushes away those clippers, those negative powers who wants to have grasp in us in our journey, flying up to Shabbos. So we're leaving them behind. And this is also, by the way, the secret, the hidden meaning of washing our hands in the morning after night sleep. When we go to sleep, our holy neshama departs up to Shamayim, get washed, cleansed, refreshed. There's special chambers, palaces that the neshama have to go through. And in the morning, this neshama, our holy neshama, comes back to us as we wake up with all its, refreshment. This is what we feel. This is why we feel refreshed in the morning. But so when this neshama, holy neshama, leaves up to heaven, our body is left without a holy soul, only just a little bit. But the neshama went up. So who comes along? Who comes in? The neshama of the other side, the negative neshama. This is why sleep is considered 1/60th of death, because we are under the possession of the klipa, of the negative forces. So when the neshama comes in back in the morning, those negative forces goes away, but they still left on our fingers, and our hand fingers, and on our feet fingers, the edges of the body. They still have grasp. Therefore, first thing in the morning, as we wake up, even if we want to go back to sleep, it's preferable to wash our hands 6 times. Usually we prepare a vessel with then a basin, a Nachal next to the bed. So first thing we do, we take the water and we press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, washing everything, all the hand, all the palm up to here. Minimum is the fingers. That's what we do in Tisha B'Av. And this is how we push away the klippos, the negative forces from the edges of our body. Originally, we would have needed to do also to our feet. But today, according to Kabbalah, we don't have that strength, that power to push away the negative forces from our feet. Therefore, we leave it aside, and we only deal with our hands. So again, this is why washing with hot as possible, hot water, Erev Shabbos, we wash the edges of our body, the face, which is nose is the edge, and the fingers and the feet, which are the edges, and that's how we get rid of the evil forces who wants to join us on the way to Shabbos, but we are not letting them coming in. I was just imagining, and I think we don't have enough time to learn Chumash today, but I'll just finish with something that I would imagine. This is a concept I had, and we're going to finish the 18 minutes of Chai Tsfat again, that a mikveh is so holy. Imagine a convert comes in to join Judaism, and when the converts go into the water of the mikveh, and it's a halachically good mikveh, and there's and they dip into the water as a goy, right, a non-Jewish person, and as they come out of the water, boom, they become Jewish. Jewish neshama comes into the convent and becomes Jewish. We imagine what it is to be a Jew with a second, with a millisecond. That's the power of the mikveh. The mikveh is very powerful. And I'm saying, men, dear friends, use the mikveh. It's gonna push away a lot of the sadness that you're facing, a lot of the troubled mind we're facing. Mikveh pushes all that anger, if you stumble and you fell into anger, mikveh, restore your neshama back after the anger. So if a convert is treated so generously with the mikveh to change him from a non-Jew to a Jew, wouldn't it influence us as we're Jews already? It's not so hard to elevate a Jew to become a holier Jew than to change a non-Jew to a Jewish person. So that's the secrets of the mikveh. So again, thank you for joining. Good Shabbos again. It was a pleasure to see all of you.
Shabbos.
Shabbos, good Shabbos, good
Good
Shabbos.
Shabbos.
Thank you, Rabbi. Good Shabbos.
Shabbos, thank you.
Shabbos auf der ganzen Welt.
Yes, Yeh
Tsfat
Ratzon.
Shalom and Barach.
Yossi, Rich. My regards at home, please, to everyone.
Thank you. Well said, them.
Yeah.
Tsfat Shalom and Barach.
Shalom, shalom, bye,
Thank you.
Rich. Bye, representing. Bye.
Bye.
All the best.
Danke
Bye.
sehr.
Shalom.